Good morning. Welcome back to the garden. Today is Sunday, April 17th. Happy Easter. What do we do on Easter? We come out and we tend God's garden. So let's go ahead and put some potatoes in, and then I got a question about deep mulch. Come on, let's plant. Now we've been succession planting potatoes, so that's what we're going to do today. But this is a really good time to talk about mulch. I got a question from a brand new viewer, wanted to know exactly what is deep mulch. And the short answer is, all organics piled on the ground 4 inches thick or thicker. Whether you're using grass, whether you're using hay, whether you're using leaves, whether you're using kitchen scraps, it doesn't matter. I just mix it all together. Wood chips is another big component of a deep mulch garden. See how that's breaking down, how nice and dark that is? And when we do this, we're not feeding the plants. We're actually feeding the life in the soil that breaks down the dirt, the different sized particles, and makes those nutrients soluble for the plants. So by feeding the life in the soil, we're actually feeding the plants by their activity. Now the one drawback to this, the more life you have, the more compost you're going to have to put down on your garden to keep feeding that life. It's an easy trade-off. I'd rather put down a couple wheelbarrows full of compost than dig a whole bunch of weeds. I stumbled upon this because I didn't want to weed. Anybody that's been following my story knows that. But Ruth Stout sort of got me started, and that's why we're going to do a Ruth Stout style potato today. Ruth Stout style is basically just drop and cover with hay. Now I've changed it a little bit, and I'm just dropping and covering with organic matter. Same thing, same principle. To plant in a Ruth Stout or a deep mulch, you have to be down to bare soil. So that's all we're doing here. We're just opening a trench because it's faster planting that way. And so you just pile this up 4 inches thick or thicker, and it really doesn't matter the mixture because it's all just going to break down the worms, the bigger predators. Speaking of worms, that's our workers. They do all the work for us. Thank you, buddy. And as they break it down, and they really don't care what mixture you put it down as, we were over 4 inches thick right here, and the worms have eaten it down to just an inch or so. But we're going to remedy that with a little extra hay when we go ahead and cover these back up. Now I got quite a few potatoes, so I'm going to go ahead and open up a few rows. And see, underneath this whole thing is an army of worms working for us. Now we're going to plant some red Pontiacs today. Now the sprouts on these potatoes, they call that chitting. And these are chitting very nice. Thing is with the potatoes, that's going to make your stem, that's going to make your leaves. They're not going to make any more potatoes, so no matter if you hill them or not, it's not going to make any more potatoes. The roots will come out of the potato itself, right at the ground level, and that's where your potatoes come from. So, in honor of Ruth Stout, we're going to do it with her method. And I know you think I'm crazy, but there's one. She just said kind of drop them where they go, then we'll come back and bury them. Now if you're going to slice your potato, you want to do that a day or two ahead. And one this size, you could probably cut that in half, but by letting it sit, it'll scab over and you want to put that scab down. So you would want to place that. But these, just in honor of Ruth Stout, where they land is where they land. It's really just that simple. And you, well, don't plant them right on top of each other. But you can plant them pretty close, it's okay. And with our onion sets, we're just going to push those down into the soil. Root in going down, of course. A couple rows. We're going to put them pretty close together because we like to harvest these as they grow. We're not really going for the giant bulbs. And with the deep mulch, this soil is so soft, all you have to do is sink them in a little bit, and you're good to go. One of the reasons I uncovered the potatoes the other day was in case I needed to recover them, but also because I knew I was going to plant some more. So just like Ruth Stout did, just take your hay, and then I like to sprinkle a little bit of wood chips on top, just for good measure. Also keeps the hay from blowing around too much. There you go. We got some Easter potatoes in a couple weeks. They'll be popping through the hay just like these. You can do this too, it's that easy. You just pull the mulch back, drop your potatoes and cover. Same thing with your beets. And I know what we're gonna have for Easter dinner. Riley and I want to thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day and coming by and helping us get some Ruth Stout style potatoes in the garden, talk about mulch a little bit. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you on this special day. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.